in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows. He's got a collection that'll make you stare. Vintage pocket knives laid with tender care.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome once again to HT's EDC. Coming at you this Friday. It is finally here, and the weekend will be upon us tomorrow. I hope everybody is able to get out there and enjoy it. Gonna have on my fun Friday night tonight. Happy Valentine's to all the ladies out there, husbands. You gotta treat them right today. I think we are gonna go out and take Miss T out to a nice dinner of her choice today, or this evening when she gets off of work, and spend a little QT. But anyway, to all the wives, girlfriends, and ladies in general out there, we salute you today, and happy Valentine's. All right, well, it is time to get into my What You Totin', as we hear another little lady in the background that I guess she wants to say hello. That's Miss Maddie. And we are, which is still warm. We are back on the coffee this morning, so that little hiatus is behind us. I don't know what I was thinking there. I just go through phases, I guess. But anyway, on the tote today, Holy Land Pocket Cross, always a must. And today we are trying out, if you heard me say, I am trying out the next 10 days a new prototype piece of leather. So I am trying to put as many different shapes, sizes, and models of pocket knives through said piece of leather. So today we are going with an old boat, an old yeller boat here, folks. Come on. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. The old carbon steel, actually, which it is carbon steel. The old chrome vanadium. Can I talk this morning? Canoe from Case. Check that out. And is that where it says it? Well, there is the model number. Is CV hiding under there? Yeah, it's kind of hiding under there, but you can see it right below the model number there. Chrome vanadium. There's the old tang stamp. Got the case with the thick long C tail on it. But anyway, Brother Chuck and old D Wayne, they ought to be proud. Even Barlow Brigade. I am toting some yellow Delrin this morning, and honestly, folks, I'm in that club too. It's never going to be good old, spoiler alert, HT red here, but I love me some. I cannot deny that yellow Delrin is just class, especially in case knives. The old yellow Delrin, they're as classic as they come, and I'm a lover too. I do. I dig me some yellow Delrin, but still, on its best day, it still can't be HT red, but I digress. Anyway, that is what's in the pocket today, and we're going to get right into it. Fixed Blade Friday today, so kind of killing two stones with one bird this morning. Yeah, we say things a little backwards here in the stone. Going to kill two stones with one bird this morning, and we're going to do part of my little mini series on my smaller collections. And well, it morphs right in. Today's Friday. I said, why not do that on Fixed Blade Friday? So we have a little tandem today. going on. And Yukon says, stop babbling, HT, and let's get with it. Yes, sir. So anyway, little cameo I showed you earlier. We'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. Little neck knife here. Possibly, I'm looking at another one down there. It is definitely a top two. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is my favorite because to break the tie, this is my favorite Mora knife because I carry this a lot more than any other ones. And that is my little Mora Eldis. Again, in the greatest color ever made on a knife handle. Good old HT red. And this little guy is just so handy. Big, fat, bulbous handle on this guy. It just locks in your hand. And yes, I can get my big paws on. I do have a landing spot back here for my pinky. Definitely nothing left over, but the thickness of this and the roundness of these rubberized, which we'll get into that, these rubberized handles on here, it's just, yeah, you are locked in. Has this crazy little dual compound grind on it here. We have just a traditional Scandi grind to about right here. And then your Scandi also up here. It's weird right here from about right here. Your Scandi. Well, your Scandi does go on all the way up here. But if you can see, you got a little secondary, just a V bevel right down here at the business end. This gets super thin. This is kind of, I would say the main purpose of this is like a little wood carving, a little whittling knife. And I'm talking about, Brother Mo has probably, I'm just guessing, he has probably used one of these to do one of these, because I would see this just being so good, to get in there and do those little intricate eyes and nose on these fellas. But, man, I use this thing everywhere. I keep it on a key ring by my door, a little key hanger, and this is my grass cutting knife. Anytime, basically my outside, walking around, working in the yard at all, anytime I cut grass, I throw this, around my neck. Deer woods, yes, I have toted this to the deer woods. Bait knife, when I go fishing, cutting up my bait or whatever. Awesome bait knife. This thing can do so many things. And hey, EDC fixed blade, you don't have to wear it. This thing here, this lanyard comes off, so you can take this off and drop this in a pocket, drop it in a shirt pocket, a pants pocket. Hey, EDC fixed blade doesn't just have to be a neck knife. So the versatility of this thing is just limitless. If you can think it, it can probably do it. And I love this thing. It is the Mora Eldis. This one is in stainless steel. I probably hadn't showed you all the tang stamp and all. There we go. Mora, made in Sweden. Stainless. And we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. This is their little moniker, their logo, if you can see that. What were they established? Is that 91? Yeah, looks like 1891. So these people have been around, folks, doing this over in Sweden. And these are just fantastic knives, man. They're relatively inexpensive. There has been, just like with everything else in the world, a little rise on these, but you used to could get a Mora knife, and sometimes you still can under 10 bucks. And they're almost indestructible. I mean, people have them as in their boats, in their trucks, as backup. I hate to use beater as a term because that just people, I think you hear a beater knife, that is just an old piece of crap. And I know it depends on definition, but to me, when someone says, "Oh, that's just my old beater," well, let me just say this: whatever you call it, I guess Mora's probably one of the most commonly beater knives, known as a beater knife, but there's nothing disparaging about that. That would be a compliment for a beater, because these things are just awesome. You can't beat them. See what I did there? But they cut, they hold an edge fairly decent. And like I say, they take like a Timex watch, take a licking and just keep on ticking. So like I say, most of them you can get now. They're probably, I see them nowadays starting at, $12, $13 and going up to say $25. Now there's models they have, more expensive models that go a little more than that. But I'm saying, I can confidently say that probably 80% of Mora knives models probably fall in that $12, $13-ish range all the way, say 30. Extend it maybe $5, and I bet you about 80% of their product line will fall in that. But I love them. They're just great. And we're gonna have to move on. First two knives here are the same knife, so I'm not gonna, we'll show them here. I got two different ones here. This one I actually had a custom sheath made for. If you turn it around here, it has a little tech lock on there where I can run this on my belt horizontal. This thing spins. I mean, I can, pretty well do anything with this, but we had this custom sheath made for it as a push-off ramp here. And we got the old orange and black, but this is one I already had. Listen to that retention. Awesome custom sheath there. And same knife. This was gifted to me by Brother Cornbread. He has doctored this thing all up, put a lanyard hole on it. He has me a ferro rod all engineered on here. And again, same knife. But like I said, he has modified it. Ferro rod. Is that a whistle? Does it have like a little... Yep. There's a whistle on this ferro rod. He's got me all outdoor ready with this one. And of course, he's one of the head honchos in the Fellows of Orange. So he has it definitely all orange tricked out. I believe he sent me an orange bandana with this and all in that care package. Great dude, by the way. Shout out to you, Brother Mike. But anyway, these two, same knife. And folks, I don't know all the numbers. I can tell you a few of these because a lot of times they don't have them wrote on there. But I know there's like the Mora Basic is like a 511. This may be it, their cheapest one, the one that's now $12, $13. But Scandi grinds the whole way. Same thing here on the tang. Morakniv, Sweden, stainless. But just look at that big, nice Scandi grind. These are going to do your bushcraft. These are just going to fly. I've got a video of actually a knife that's coming up here that I put through a little torture test out in the front yard and passed with flying colors. As far as like feather sticking, notching, this thing will just process. This will take wood chips and just make them fly with that Scandi grind, folks. But that is that one. And I believe you Mora guys out there don't beat me up too bad. I believe this is the 511 basic, but I'm not a Mora aficionado. I have some, I love them, but I do not know all the numbers for them. So give me a little grace on that one. Do know this is the Eldris, and I do know what this one is. This is probably my second favorite Mora to the Eldris. These were the two I was thinking about when what is my favorite. This would be my favorite big knife, you know, full-size fixed blade. And this, turn it around this way for you. This is the Kansbol. And again, they have this little crazy grind. See that grind that we talked about on the little Eldris? Well, here is the same exact thing on the big boy. So you can say this guy is the little Eldris, or you can say this is the big Eldris, or this is the little Kansbol, because this is what this is. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. This is the big brother to this, and it has that crazy grind on it where it's scandy to right here, and then it goes into this little V blade here at the top. And if you can see here, right here, you see that grind on the flat up here? It is thicker stocked to right here, and you see this line coming down? Well, all the tip of this is thinned down. If that'll come through on camera, but they have thinned the stock all the way out to the tip up here, about halfway. And again, that's just going to make this little tip up here slice and dice and do your more intricate task more efficiently. But again, rubberized handles. These things are ergonomic dreams, all of them. If they don't put, like we showed before, let me get this guy. These even have a finger guard up here. I mean, rounded handles, nice and thick, has a finger guard. I mean, you can just, it feels so good in hand. Well, this one doesn't have per se the more pronounced finger guard, but it's nice and thick and round, and it keeps you back a longer handle. I'm just telling you folks, they're so good. They feel just absolutely awesome in hand. This is the sheath for this one. This is, again, the Morakniv Kansbol. This guy, again, same stuff, Morakniv stainless, but this is my favorite full-size fixed blade that Mora makes. And this one, yeah, this is one that might be a little bit over that $25, $30 range I was telling you about. I think these go about $35 now to $40. Worth every dime, I'm telling you. This knife here is a cutting, slicing. There's nothing you can't do with this one. It does a little of everything. It's like a jack of all trades. You can do some bushcraft. You can do some intricate stuff with it. With that tip that they have thinned down, you can slice and dice and do, you know, food prep stuff if you need to. Just a go-getter. So, moving along, and these next three, are they all the same? If they're not, one of them's like the 511. We got some 511s, maybe a 512, because I know one's carbon steel. But for all intents and purposes, they're pretty well the same. Give me some grace, or drop it down in the comments if you say, hey, that red one was a 513 or whatever. You're gonna see they're all really similar. And this is the knife that I did my torture test on. Check that out. Awesome combo there. I bet Bubba's EDC will really like this one, the old red and black. One of my favorite duos in a knife handle. But as you can see, we have teener all the way around this thing. And this one will say carbon. All the same thing, Morakniv, made in Sweden, and right here, carbon, for good old carbon steel. So this may be the 512 or 513. It's the carbon, it's like the carbon variant of these in carbon steel. But this, one of my favorites too. Just a great knife. And like I said, I have a video putting this thing to serious use, and it excels. Getting cotton-mouthed on y'all, can't talk. All right, back to it. We have 2 more to go, and basically these are just color schemes, different colors. This one here, we got a kind of a, maybe a teal going on. What do y'all think? This is the same old sheaves. Morakniv stainless. Just I think this was like a special edition or something that they ran in this color, and I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah. And by the way, I haven't said it. If you guys are wondering, if you really don't know about these knives and you're new to them, Morakniv, they are not full tang. They have what they call a rat tang, which means this blade, it comes to about right here. I would say 2/3 of the way to the handle, and it kind of tapers off inside there. About right in here where my finger is where the blade's going to stop. So it is not, full tang all the way, to the back pommel. But there's videos on this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I only deal with full tang, and I get it. I love a full tang knife too, but again, for a rat tail tang, just these things are tough. I am telling you, they do stuff. They punch well above their weight, way above their price point. I have seen these things. I put it through some things, but the stuff I did is more day-to-day tasks that I would expect out of a fixed blade. But I've seen videos on there where they have just done stupid stuff with these things. And yeah, I've seen a few people break them, but I'm talking about nothing you would ever do with your knife. I mean, you're trying to push this to the breaking point. And yeah, some of them have broke them, shocker. Not many people at all using this as a fixed blade knife. And I'm talking about hard using this as a knife, break these. They're crazy tough. So there's that guy. And last but not least, we got an old blue and black here. And is this one? Yep, this one's stainless too. I actually think this one, if you can tell, I think this is a little thicker. This is the little 511, I'm pretty sure. Well, if you look at this guy, if I can get that in frame, do you see how this one's a little wider? Yeah, you can definitely see. This guy here has a taller blade. I think they call this, it ain't wrote on there. Wish they would write their model numbers on them. But I think this is the Pro, 5-something Pro. But basically, same handles from pommel up to guard. We're the same. But we just have a little beefier, broader blade. Still a Scandi grind on here, but just a little beef. I think they call this the Pro. 513, I don't even want to say the number. 5-something Pro, and these are like the 511 basics, just a little smaller, little thinner knife. But matter of fact, I think my red one is one of these. Yeah, it is. Check that out. That red one in carbon. And this is the stainless variety of this. So these two are a little thicker than these guys. Again, I don't know those numbers. Sorry. But one stainless, one carbon, same knife. So anyway, that gets through it. 23, almost 24 minutes. Do want to show y'all one more thing that some people may or may not know. On these sheaves, these are just little poly sheaves, just like their knives. I know you're going, I'm a Kydex or a leather. Those things look like plastic crap. Just like the knife, I'm telling you, these things work. They have drainage holes. See that? These things hold up. They really do for what they are. Yes, they're inexpensive, injection molded, plastic sheaves, but they really do work. And one feature, I don't know if you know, but they're stackable. If you see this little job, see these little deals? Excuse me, horse this morning. On the front of these, those are not just for looks. These are to actually, and then you have a little, if you turn around, they have these modules on the back, this little protrusion on the front, and then on the back of the sheaves they have this. This is actually to stack them. So if you wanted to carry multiple Moras on you, you take this guy right here, and voila, you can carry 2 knives. Well, we'll do it. Two knives at once. You see that where they stack at and they lock up? Just a neat feature that not everybody knows. If you're that guy and you want different ones, 2 different models for what have you, or just if nothing else for storage, when you go to put these up, shoot, keep stacking. You could probably put 5 or 6 of them on the wall and hang this thing up and just grab the one off if you want to. So, all of your knives stay together. If they've got this little deal on the front, now this sheath here doesn't have one on this particular one, but like all these other ones that I have showed you, if it has that little module on it, keep stacking. Really good for, like I say, to keep them all together, hang them on a nail in your shop or whatever, and you got your 4, 5, 6 Moras, and you just go yank one off, and there you go. So anyway, folks, that is my Mora collection for Fixed Blade Friday, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the length of it, but I had a few of them to get through. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Maybe learned a little something. Sorry I didn't know the numbers, the model numbers to all of them. But if there's one you're interested in and you hit me up in the comments, I can go look it up and find it for you. 100%. Anyway, till we meet again, love on them ladies tonight, fellas, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm HT. We are out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's EDC, living